Hi guys, welcome to Kindergarten Reading. This is Module 7, Week 2, Lesson 7. The title of this lesson is Oral Language, Teach Academic Vocabulary. And our focus question is how do readers visualize the events in a text? That brings us right into our lesson objective. Today we will learn new words from the book, I Know the River Loves Me. We will use our 5 senses to visualize or picture what's happening in the text. Let's go over our 5 senses just to remind ourselves. Sight, hearing, taste, touch, and smell. Those are our 5 senses, and we'll be using those today to visualize or picture what's happening in a text. But before we can do that, let's go over our vocabulary for this week. Close. Say it with me. Close. Good work. When two things are close, they are near or next to each other. In this picture, the bears are close to the river. They're near or next to the river. Flow. Say it. Flow. Wonderful. To flow means to move along smoothly. In this picture, the family is letting the river flow over their feet. Visit. Say it. Visit. Good job. To visit someone means to go and see them. In this picture, these children are visiting their grandparents, and it says we like to visit our grandparents. I think that we've got a pretty good understanding of our vocabulary this week. So let's look back at the story we started. We've read I Know the River Loves Me in class already. So let's retell it just to practice, and then we're going to work on visualizing the text. Ready to retell? Remember, first we do characters. So who are the characters? The girl, right? She was the only character in the story. The setting of this story was during the day at the river. And the main events. In the beginning of the story, the girl goes to visit the river. In the middle, the girl swims in the river. And in the end, the girl waves goodbye and leaves the river. So now I think it's time to jump into visualizing our text. We did our vocabulary. We retold our story. Now let's think about how we can create pictures in our minds. When we read or listen to stories to text, we can create a picture in our mind of what's happening. It's almost like watching a movie in our heads. And when we make this picture in our mind of what's happening, we don't want to just use what we see. We also want to think about what we hear, touch, taste, and smell. We want to use all 5 senses to create this picture in our mind. So here's a helpful chart that might help us remember what we want to do when we visualize a text. This chart is called Picture It, and create a picture in your mind of what's happening in the text. Notice this little girl is reading and she's thinking about what's happening in the text. She's visualizing it or picturing it. And she's using all 5 of her senses. You see them listed right here. Smell, taste, hear, touch, and see. When we picture text in our mind, we can also call this visualizing. That's that fancy word I used in the beginning. Can you say that with me? Visualizing. And that means that we're going to create a picture in our minds. I think we're ready to try this on our own. So today, we are going to reread I Know the River Loves Me. And our job when we reread is going to be to visualize what is happening in the text. So we're going to use all we know about visualizing. Remember that chart that we just looked at? Picture it, using all 5 of our senses to visualize what's happening in the text. Here we go. I know the river loves me. I am here to visit one of my best friends in the world, the river. She loves me. I know the river loves me because I can hear her calling me as soon as I am close. She jumps up when she sees me. I run to her side and she cools me down. I know the river loves me because when I look into her face, she's happy to see me. When I jump on her back, she holds me up. When I leap into her arms, she takes me in. She tugs on my hair and my arms, and we flow together. I watch her change like me. In the winter, she is low and quiet. In the summer, she is full and loud. The river takes care of me, and I take care of the river. I only leave behind what already belongs to her. So I know you're like, wait, that's not the end of the story, but I thought we'd give something a try. Here's the text from the next page. I know the river loves me. The next time I come, she will be here waiting for me, singing my name. I want us to practice visualizing or picturing this text in our mind. So close your eyes. I'll read it again. Close your eyes. I know the river loves me. The next time I come, she will be here waiting for me, singing my name. What do you picture? Use all of your senses, right? What do you see? What do you think you might be touching or tasting or smelling or hearing? What do you picture? Open your eyes. Do you have a picture in your mind? I do too. Let me show you what I think I would draw for this page, for this text. Of course, a river, right? Because I know the river loves me is the first sentence. I know that there's going to be a river in my picture. And in my picture, I think there will be lots of colorful, soothing looking flowers and maybe a little patch of grass on the side. And I would be sitting on that patch of grass, my eyes closed, listening and smelling and thinking about all the different sounds around me while I sat at the river. That's what I visualized when I read the text. Yours may have looked different, and that's okay. Do you want to see what the illustrator visualized? Let's see it. I know the river loves me. The next time I come, she will be here waiting for me, singing my name. We already practiced picturing it ourselves. Let's see. Here's the page. I know the river loves me. The next time I come, she will be here waiting for me, singing my name. Some of the parts of the illustration that we visualize are the same as the illustrator, right? There's some flowers, there's the river. Pretty cool. So now it's your turn. I'm going to give you the text from the very last page of the story. Let's listen. I know the river loves me, and I love the river. So close your eyes. What do you picture? Use all of your senses. I know the river loves me, and I love the river. Your job today is going to be to create your very own illustration for the text. Whatever you're visualizing during that sentence, I want you to draw a picture just like we practiced together. And when you're done, you're going to go to Flipgrid and share your work with your teacher and explain it. Say, I added this part of the picture because, and share it with them. Share it with your teacher what you visualized when you heard the sentence, I know the river loves me and I love the river. Don't forget to use all 5 of your senses. I can't wait to see your beautiful work. Bye, guys.